Welcome guys, this is Edwin, and today we have a classic, a beauty for you guys. This is the prototype of the CQC-13, that's right. And in this case, we do have the description by Ernest Emerson. So we'll go through that, then we'll look at the knife, do some comparison shots and all that. So let's have some fun. Again, from Ernest Emerson, let's go through this. Title, Emerson Combat Bowie Folder Prototype. As you know, I said it before, the CQC-13 was one of my favorite knives, and you know I'm a big fan of Bowies. Well, here is my first real Bowie style folder that I ever made. I know I have made other knives that are Bowie style, but I designed this one from the very start to be a folding Bowie design with my ergos on the handle. Here is the prototype for one of my favorite knives, the Emerson CQC-13. And if you are not aware, right, the CQC-13 was released around 2004. Okay, so this prototype is probably in that era of early 2000s, right? 2003, 2002, it depends. And like he normally does like 4 or so prototypes per design, so you might see 4 of this style of prototypes out there. Now let's look at this beautiful design. This guy is a tank. Let me show you, before we go to the blade, let me show you how he compares against the CQC-7. So you know this guy is definitely a tank. We're looking at a 3.9 or 4 inches blade and overall 9 inches. Okay, this is how it compares with the CQC-7, right? This is the flipper version that is 3.3 inches and 8 inches overall. But in this case, even that is a big knife, it carries really well. Earlier this week, I was carrying another 13 that I have in my collection, and man, it reminds me how awesome it is. It does have this beautiful Bowie style, clip point style of blade, like right? And when we look at this blade, we look at the stamps, and you will see that Emerson Spec One knife logo and the prototype below that thumb disc that will tell you that this knife was custom made, right? Hand ground, hand fitted, everything by Ernest Emerson himself. In this case, like the CQC-13 has a V grind style in the blade, so that means that it's ground on this side and ground on the other side, and then you will have that chisel edge that I love from Emerson Knives and Ernest Emerson Customs. Man, it's super easy to sharpen and keep up with it. And now if you look at it, that grind super sick, no switch right there. The production CQC-13s, they will have a switch, but this one has no switch in it. And like you can see that smaller style of wave that you see in those early 2000 knives from Emerson Knives right there. In this case, really great ergonomics with the finger guard and that rear guard, and it fits my hands like a freaking glove. It even has space right here. So you have large hands, this will fit you no problems. Great on saber grip, great on a hammer grip, and of course that reverse grip is a beauty with this design right here. Let's look at other blades that have that style of Bowie, okay, in it, so that you can see how it compares. Let me show you the Appalachian from that hunting series, right? This is also a prototype, so let's look at it real quick. And like you can see, the Appalachian is more thinner in that way, in terms of that dimensions, but again, it has that beautiful Bowie style of blade for you from Ernest Emerson as well. And in this case, this guy is way bigger, right? At 3.9 inches, you can definitely tell from those two. Now, what else we have on the table? The CQC-16, a classic. This is from 2005, right? Or what? Yeah, 2008, I will say, sorry. 2008, right? The CQC-16, the one with that commander style of handle and then that beautiful style of Bowie blade in it. Very peculiar, but guys, the guys that own the CQC-16, they love it. Let me tell you that. Let me show you how it compares with the EX100 from the ECA release that happened in 2021. Let me show you this one. I was using it, so it's a little bit dirty. Ignore it. I'll clean it after the video. But that's how it compares. Another great great Bowie style or clip point style of design. The EX100, highly recommended if you see it around, definitely a beauty. And last but not least, let me show you the Iron Dragon that also have a little bit of a, clip point. Of course, that rear curve make it a little bit different, but, just to give you a perspective on size between that CQC-13 and the Iron Dragon. And again, guys, the CQC-13 prototype, this is another custom that I have with G10 of the CQC-13, the exquisite knives edition of the CQC-13, and you can see how they compare. These guys are a couple of tanks right here, beautiful 3.9 inch 4-inch blade, and it's just an ergonomic dream. Highly recommended if you can find one. And guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, feel free to jump in on the YouTube comment. Of course, you know where to find me on Instagram and in caloblaze.com on the recommendations. I do have all the links there of the groups that I'm always hanging out. Emerson Echo Group, Emerson Operators, USN Forums, okay? You guys have a great day. Bye.